Who told you can't unleash your authentic voice? Oh, you're afraid of speaking in front of persons. Do you know 75% of these persons you're afraid of speaking to are also afraid of speaking? So why are you fretting? I had the same issue earlier this year, on the 6th of January 2023. The problem of not unleashing my authentic voice because I felt I couldn't communicate with confidence. When the classes started, everything felt so beautiful, like an amazing journey I didn't want to stop. Until about the second or third month, my grades were very discouraging. At some point, I felt like public speaking wasn't for me or I wasn't doing anything. I remember times I always tried to run away from presenting my speeches in class by sitting at the back. But something happened, which was a very life-changing experience for me. So today, let's see who we have at the
That's the life of a city boy. Oh yeah,
Titilope Ibrahim is a final year student of the Faculty of Law, Lagos State University. She is a corporate compare, red carpet host, administrator, LGGS volunteer, and public speaking coach. She has graced stages at national and international competitions, social events, and infact events. She is the Chief Strategy Officer at LASU Speak Academy, immediate past president of the Lagos State University Debate Society, and former vice president of the Tax Club. Titilope is an eloquent communicator and serial winner who has a score of awards to her name. Thanks to her public speaking career and a commitment to helping communications enthusiasts hone their skills, she answers the names Warlord, Jowlord, or Coach Titi. I personally call her Coach Titi.
Good afternoon, Lara. Good afternoon. I'm so happy you honored our invitation to come today to LASU Talk Show, and I'm really happy about it. So I have some questions here for you. I hope you had a nice day. If I start with the question, how's your day? Was it stressful?
Okay, so my day was actually stressful, but it's not unprecedented, right? So I always have stressful days. I mean, I call my friends at 8 a.m. in the morning and I tell them I'm tired. so I'm always tired. But then today was a good kind of stress because we had more than 2 events, rather. 2 major events that we sent me, but that I was interested in. One was semi-finals and exam points for the and all the alumni that came for the event, my questions, like questions that I was saying, it was beautiful for me. And it was, some of them are still around. I told them to please wait for me because I just want to see them and talk to them. I've not seen them in several years. It was just refreshing to see my favorite persons again. I'm not really comfortable with everybody. There were just a few things back then that was very comfortable with. They might be brothers. I give everybody the title. I don't do that anymore because there are so many. But I used to give them the title. I had my big brother, I had my school daddy, I had my predecessors, and LASU Debate Society. It was a beautiful thing.
Wow. I want to experience that. Okay, so I have questions for you here that will be shedding more light to the team, unleashing your authentic voice, communicating confidence. Okay, so number one question says, for how many years have you been a public speaker, and what made you make the choice of being an LASU president?
Okay, those are 2 big questions. You're trying to compress them, but it's impossible. Okay, so I'm trying my best to achieve what you were planning to achieve. Right? Okay, the first thing is, I've been public speaking for about, give or take, 9 years. Wow, that's so impressive. Wow. And why did I become the president of LASU Debate? I became the president of LASU Debate Society. Not because I really wanted to take any position, because at that time I was also taking other positions in other clubs. Somehow, people never know I am in other clubs. Just take LASU Debate Society because I do debate and debate society. People don't even know that I do other things besides being a debater. People are my nose in the left because Titi debates. Titi speaks. Oh my god. But then I became president of LASU years because it just somehow fell to me that it just felt like something that I grew into.
Wow.
Right? I started off as a normal member. I didn't start off as a trainee. I like to tell this because it's a flex, right? I'm one of the few persons that never trainees in the LASU Debate society. I got an automatic slot to become a member from 100 level. Myself and the academy. And so when I became a member, I was a member for my first year, during my first year, my second year, and my third year, I was very interested in making the system work. So I wasn't trying to get into position or to be powerful. I just wanted to create opportunities and platforms that other persons had created for me earlier. I say this with a very serious because that's exactly why I want to do. I tell you everywhere. And so I became general secretary, and then from general secretary, I became president in my 4th year. So I just grew into it. By the time I was general secretary, it was obvious that this girl had grown enough to succeed the incumbent president. So I became the president ex officio now. It's just something I grew into.
And I'm learning a lot. I remember my very active.
So, how can young people find their authentic voice?
I like this question because I was at TEDx last week and Dr. Gab gave a speech on this. I also had a conversation with Zena Badero on IG Live on Sunday and we discussed something very similar to this, right? In the words of Dr. Gab, finding your authentic voice or finding your voice in his words is can be likened to finding your purpose. Wow. So it's just another way of saying finding what you love to do that also impacts the world, or finding what you were created to do.
What brings out your originality?
What brings out your originality? So if you're asking me how you find authentic voice, I'll be asking you're most likely asking me how you find your purpose, how you find the essence
that brings the real you out to the world.
Now, starting with that statement, really, when I was in 100 level, there was this lady in 500 level. She's a lawyer now. She used to say, or she said once, the you in you is the you that makes you who you are.
Wow.
I've never forgotten that statement till date. Just listening, you said it one time, and I have never forgotten it. So, the you in you is your voice. Right, so you're a lot of things. I think I'll use myself as an example, right? I am a compared public speaking coach, I'm a radio host, I'm a law student, and daughter of my family. And a fashionista, right? I mean, a lot of things. I write too. But then all of those things come together to create something, right? I'm using those things as a channel to achieve something. And it is to make impact and to help persons become better.
And this is just real one like this is what this person is.
Exactly.
So are you saying you found your authentic voice because you wanted to impact society?
Exactly. Now it sounds very funny, but my friends always they say I'm a very foolish person. Because when I speak sometimes I sound too selfless to be true, but that's exactly how I found my purpose. I love doing a lot of things, right? And then I love to make people feel better. I love to help them achieve their goals. I love to make systems work. Beyond that, I'd rather be on my own.
I think sometimes even doing a lot of things could like bring you out. Like you could expose some things that you do not like. Can I do this? Volunteering like relationships. Persons.
But I wouldn't say doing a lot of things. I would say doing things and putting yourself in productive activities. Because when you do too much, you lose yourself.
Yeah.
It's been a struggle. It's a struggle for many multi-potentialites. If you are very good at a lot of things, you know because you're a workaholic too. Being a multi-potentialite and a workaholic are like two terrible things. And that's the weird thing. If you're a multi-potentialite, you're either lazy, meaning that you have all the engagement to do and you're just sitting and saying, okay, right? Or you're such a workaholic that you want to implement every single thing before you leave the face of the earth. And so by doing everything,
you might not cry.
You'll be stressed. You won't give your best. You lose your essence.
When you're supposed to be giving your best, you'll just be there doing things that people just say you do not really see what you stand for.
Exactly. But then understand that your authentic voice is not as far as you think it is. So I know a lot of persons are confused about the statement. Find your purpose. If you don't find your purpose, you're going to be. It's not that deep actually. It's deep, yes, in the true sense of it. But finding your purpose is not that deep. Look within you. What do you really want to do? What do you like doing? Sometimes things that you want to do evolve, but your reason for doing those things will remain the same.
Yeah.
So your reason for doing those things is your goals.
Thank you very much, ma'am. So, how did your career start, and how has the journey been so far?
I feel like my public speaking career got more interesting in the university. I started before university. I started as like every extroverted child that had and I spoke very well. So my mom said I started talking way earlier than other persons. I can't remember accurately now, but I think I started talking around age 2.
Wow.
Because I started school at age 3, so around age 2, 2.5, I was already conversing. No, not just saying bam or no. I was already conversing, and I could speak Yoruba very well as a child. I know what happened to me. But my Yoruba was way better as a child, as a baby. I was really good at speaking. And so my parents must have seen that I was good at speaking in English too. So my parents must have seen that future. They saw me as an extrovert, right? I was always there. But then over the years, as I grew older, my confidence began to shrink. So I got into my shell a lot. And by the time I got into junior secondary school, during my first year, I don't even want to say this year, I'm going to write it in my novel so you guys can read it first, but I was a mess. A very terrible one. I didn't want to be serious in my life. But a lot of persons knew my sister because she was a senior prefect. So when they found me, they said, "You, why are you trying to hide? You know you." So they used to call me Ibrahim. Those kids that they call by their surname, right? And then Ibrahim, come here. So they called me up, and from then, from just one third term, I started returning to school. So I was already speaking, going for conferences. Yes, I was president of the Red Cross then, Victoria Debating Society. So I was already talking. I was already going for camps, doing a lot of things back then. Even at church, whenever we had Sundays, I like to preach and talk. Besides doing recitations at special events,
I think those things even like help people a lot.
Exactly. So I preach, I talk, I present, I read announcements. I love doing that a lot. I read announcements in church. Did they say Oloibo, Americana? I've always been called that. And then from then on, I moved to senior secondary school. The debate got more intense. There were more competitions, a lot more opportunities, right, across different sectors and different spaces. There was Park Kids Club, it was Climate Change Club, it was Press Club, all the clubs.
The journey was really amazing.
Yes, so I was casting news on the assembly. I was going for Lagos State School debates when I was in SS1 in fact. So I did a lot of competitions back from SS1 to SS3. But then I had a break here before I came to LASU, so I relaxed. I was just on my own. I feel like if you add the number of minutes that I spent or the number of hours I spent talking throughout that year, probably wasn't up to maybe it wasn't up to 120 hours.
Wow.
I was very, very quiet. So I used to go to my dad's side, I just stayed there with my books. I would carry my books all the time. I didn't have a phone. I was like 16. I'd take the books. I would read from morning to evening. I read a lot of books, just kept reading. So they say, "Oh, you don't need that. It's not a lot. No, I'm serious." I say, "Oh, wow, that's what really fits her." She's studying law. Yeah. She's a very strong reader. She loves reading books. So I did all of that. But by the time I came to last one, I told you already, I had parents to stay with young scholars. She's 5.0 Yay. So I mean, only for someone from the children's parliament. I was in the Lagos State Children's Parliament when I was in secondary school. Only for one to meet me last one. I said, "This is the way Ibrahim from last one. This girl, you're good. You need to do that freshers meeting." I said, "Ma, I have a plan. Then my plan." She said, "No." So she moved. She said, "No." She spoke with me, bullied me, convinced me. I said, "Just do the freshers debate." And when I did that freshers debate, that was where I got the automatic slot to become a member of LSUDS. Then from there, World War, Diversity, International Women in Leadership competition.
You can't go back.
That's a very serious problem, but I'm learning to live with it. So ever since then, I've just been speaking. But I've done more competitive speeches. So I did a lot of competitions. I've done a lot of competitions so far. But then I think in the last 2 years, I've been doing coaching. I've been going to events to speak. I'm speaking at another event tomorrow. It's been a very beautiful journey for me anyway.
So how did you break the barriers of communicating with confidence? Asking this question now, I'm kind of scared because you listed all of these things and it's like you didn't even have any problem. But I'm going to ask it anyway. How do you break the barriers? And how do you think young people can break these barriers? Because there are so many people who are scared of communicating their voice. Exactly.
You know the interesting thing is I was a confident and a very excellent public speaker, but I wasn't a very confident person.
Those are two different things actually.
Very different things. Very different things. So it was until recently, in fact, that I started to learn to be more confident as a person. All the years I would do very well. That's when you really see the person say they never see me around, they never see me before. They just never see me around because I like to hide. Yeah. You only see me on stage when I'm having competitions. As soon as that is done, you will not see me anywhere. At least not till now. I'm always everywhere. Right? So I just think that we would discuss this from becoming a confident person. Because I always say one thing, I say if you're an excellent person, everything you do reflects excellence. If you're a confident person, you will be confident across board. You be a confident sister, you be a confident daughter, you be a confident student, you be a confident everything. Yes. So it's a fundamental thing that you have to do with confidence as a person. And how do you be confident?
I think you have to be intentional about it.
It is. The biggest trap is thinking that a lot of persons are born confident. And so if you don't have the confidence, you can never have the confidence. Like, look at this girl, she's so confident. And you know, yet the persons who seem to have been born confident are the persons who really struggle with insecurities the most, right? Maybe people, towards the end of the year, almost like we shared a lot about my mental health journey and everything. But it's more important to establish that confidence is something that you should build fundamentally as a person. It means that you need to view yourself in very healthy or under very healthy lenses. Like see yourself as a strong person, see yourself as an intelligent person.
We're talking about
Self-esteem, yes. How do you see yourself determines if you're going to be confident before people. Right? If I do not think that I am worthy of this interview, I will be cowering in myself. Because I think I am worthy of the interview, I can communicate with you guys freely. So it's the same thing that happens when you're presenting yourself to the world. If you don't think that you're good enough,
Just start from the beginning.
exactly, you project not being good enough to people. And even if you pretend to project being good enough, the moment someone tells you you're not good enough, you believe them. Because it's in tandem with what you already think about yourself. So build confidence as a person. It's really unfortunate that we're in a community or we're in a society where you are taught to power everybody that represents superiority, either gender-wise, either parental, either academic, anything that represents superiority is to be feared. And so, because you always have people who are bigger, better, stronger, older, richer than you around, you naturally just learn to shrink it. So you need to break up what society preaches to us. So the first thing is to remind yourself that respect is not the same thing as low self-esteem.
Yeah.
Or humility rather, it's not the same thing as low self-esteem. But you can be humble, yet be confident. Exactly. But then I will also say that there's so many things that you have to do. I will also say that while confidence is from inside to outside, sometimes confidence is also from outside to inside. So while you're working on the inside and trying to convince the inside, you must also work on the outside. So how do you present yourself to people? It means that you say don't judge the book by its cover, but that's what we wish to happen. That is not what will ever happen. People will always judge you by how you speak, people will always judge you by how you look, people will always judge you by your results, people will always judge you by your account balance. So while you're building yourself inside, also build those things outside. So you don't have to expect higher because everything's there. So of course, you must embrace that journey and tell yourself that you're not going to achieve everything you want to. But find solace in the fact that you're in the process and you're working on it. As long as you're working
Some people don't know how to accept that it's a process. Like there's sometimes that you'll be learning, there's sometimes that this is what's happening. Like there's time for everything.
Exactly.
Some people don't know how to accept it.
It's a process, yes, I agree.
So the next question is, as a public speaker and as a public speaking coach, what resources do you think are available for persons who want to be public speakers? And when I mean resources, I mean public speaking academy, books, and all that things that I think for persons who want to be public speakers.
There are numerous resources available. I mean, it's a very good time to be a learner or to get an inquisitive mind. The internet is filled with so much to feed your mind with, whatever you want to do. So let's start with resources that you can always access. All of us have mobile phones, most of us rather have mobile phones. The social media platforms, there are always have something for you. TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. So recently I'm into sound mixing. I want to be a DJ. I said
Professionally.
Yes.
Wow.
So it's one thing I do not expect me to ever achieve, but I will. I'm thinking about it, talking about it, jokes about it. I'm telling you.
I'm very, very.
I want to be a gospel DJ.
A gospel DJ.
Yes. Because I believe that you have many.
Yeah.
So, but then I watch the videos of those persons that make sounds. Most of them are not even gospel DJs, they just do the thing. And after watching about 4 or 5 of them, my For You page was 50% free content like that. So if the truth is you can always curate the perfect for you page when you on Instagram, on Twitter, on any social media platform.
Especially TikTok.
Right? Let's do something. If you're watching this, go to TikTok. Mistakenly like one K-pop video.
Exactly, they will start suggesting so many K-pop videos.
Mistakenly, like, maybe BTS or Blackpink, just like, don't know comment, just like, just watch.
Sometimes you watch it to the end, there is a problem.
You're jumping.
There was one time I did one day, like, I went to go and like, check for, because I love spoken word a lot. So I went to go and check the things that they just give it to me. Orange section, Uyali, is it Uyali that's the lady? They just bring me a lot of person like, spoken word artist.
Wow. That's what happens. So if you can negatively create your For You page, you can positively create your For You page. So what do you want to see? Search out diction, grammar, content.
That would be great. I said to one that was what you took.
Exactly. So the moment you engage those videos, I mean, I wanted to go to the gym. I wanted to start gym. So I said, what fitness videos? Which gym am I going to? How do I enter the gym? How do I enter and look like a novice? Attack those people that have been there for a long time. I think I'm mentally competitive. Something is wrong with me. So I mean, all of a sudden, I realized that all my content is gone. Only I'm to carry 50 kg of oh my goodness. I'm not even carrying myself. Wow. And I'm not even ready to go to the gym until I'm done with uni. So what am I going to be talking about? Also, you can curate, what we're trying to say is you can curate your perfect for you page on social media. So if you want to learn, social media is one of the best places, especially TikTok. Especially very, very good. So I learned a lot of psychology from psychologists on TikTok when I was still in TikTok. I did it. And I'm barely
you wouldn't want to go away.
like I'm barely on the other social media platforms. So using TikTok right now is just, I think since last year, I got it deleted. Maybe when I finished school, I'm going to go back. It's just very stressful to manage everything. I get DMs everywhere, so it's better to just look at that China. The Twitter doesn't help.
Not
It just Okay, so that's the first thing I think you can work with. The second thing is I'm a public speaking coach, which means that after board action, I'm a public speaking coach at LASU Debate Society. I mean, I was on the training team from when I was Gen Sec till I was president and now I'm an exhibition. And we always have a curriculum that we train people with. It's reviewed every year. In fact, I will tell anybody who is in the last one, since this is LASU Talks, if you're in LASU, I know that this is me saying, you may think that I'm being sentimental because I'm a LASU Debate Society member.
No, that was not
But even if I wasn't a LASU Debate Society member, and I have persons who have never been to LASU Debate Society, whose biggest regret as an undergraduate or as graduates is that they never joined LASU Debate Society, let them know. Just be part of LASU Debate Society, just join. That environment, beyond community, it configures you. So everybody around you is winning. Everybody around you is a faculty president, or a club president, or a one thing, or most of them are first class. So there's no way you want to remain small. In fact, it's so bad that if you're not putting effort to get better, you most likely leave yourself. Because the environment just pushes you.
It does talk like you or not to push.
Exactly. So the main thing that we do as a is like public speaking. We are the best.
I understand, even when I was in training, like,
the trainings are perfectly created, orchestrated to help you learn. Unlike semester, you learn so much and you practice for the rest of your life, especially as a member when you're still in university, right? So, but when LASU Debate Society stops, because I am in both roles, I can easily access them. When LASU Debate Society stops, ABC Speak takes it over. ABC Speak is that place, exactly. It's a public speaking academy, it's a private public speaking academy, meaning that you have to pay for the services, you have to pay for the classes. But I have not seen a public speaking academy, I'm still searching, not in Nigeria, not in Africa, that takes so many classes, that teaches you so much, and impacts you so well at that cost.
exactly, yeah. And it's very affordable. It's public speaking, because I was like,
The price is
And you will not even learn as much, yes, after things that you learn at ABC.
there was one thing Boriko said one time, it was just a section like on like 90K.
That's how much public speaking costs outside of Europe. But then we know that our target audience, everybody, we plan to reach their target audience. But for now, we want to reach persons who are young, who are trying to find their feet in the world, and who don't really have access to a lot of resources. We want everybody to get everything. So that's why it's like that. So check ABC Speak out on Instagram. We also have weekly content that help you get better.
Yeah, on TikTok. I
TikTok,
never
on Instagram, you can check them. And they have very beautiful coaches, yes. You can see it.
Exactly. But Titi was beautiful.
I cannot explain on the book transport. But then we have very, very beautiful coaches. I mean, there was this one time that someone said she came to class every Friday just to see my outfit.
Yeah, those are the advantages you don't get to come to class with that. Like, it's always an amazing.
Did you learn anything besides my outfits and what?
No, and your story, like, your story is like the gist, everything.
The way you even handle the class,
I have a lot of gist, guys. I don't gossip, I promise. Alright,
So the next question.
so those are the resources that I think we can test.
So do you think finding public speaking is a way, like the only way, or one of the ways of finding your authentic voice?
Okay, it's the way I found my authentic voice. Because I started as a public speaker before anything else. And for other people, because I mean, the world is not black, it's not white, it's not black or white. It's black, white, gray, blue, yellow, everything.
Very many colors.
So different strokes for different folks. Wow. While public speaking helps a lot of people, right, to find their voice. Writing also helps a lot of people.
Yeah, the person's background, class.
Exactly. When I'm not speaking, I mean, after the time that I am not speaking, in fact, I would prefer to be right hand because I love it's just that it's stressing like
But you cannot cover the glory.
you don't catch me. I mean, I'm going to stay in imagine in the forest and just write and send books. I said, who's the writer? Who's the writer now? She doesn't want to be known to me.
I feel like that would be injustice to the world.
Just think about me. Think about me first. Think about me. Think about
I think it
me.
to be injustice.
That's so unfair. So that's just one way. There's so many other ways. There's writing. There's painting.
Wow, yeah.
Painting is such a wonderful art.
And I think while I was ruminating about this question earlier, I gave an example. Right, I pointed out that there was someone fixing a wall close to us, and that person, if that is how that person impacts the world, that's good. Let's give an example. Tunde Nokoya plays chess, and through chess, he teaches others to play chess. He helps to get we have the reputate persons in society, right? Through chess. Chess. Yes, chess is his voice. His voice is just how do I explain this now? So he amplifies his efforts, of course, through social media. But Tunde Nokoya's voice is impacting through chess.
Yeah.
So it could be anything. It could be dancing. He dances and she has done a lot of great things. They're dancing. Who does it through looking?
Yeah.
So that is your voice. So don't let anybody deceive you. Why it is important for everybody to learn public speaking? Because you sometimes, not even sometimes, if you plan to be successful in anything you do, you would eventually have to speak.
This one at the end of the day. At the end of the
You
day.
eventually have to come out to teach people. You eventually have to
You have to even create content at some point.
even if you don't want to create content, you want to speak. If you want to impact people, you have to communicate with them. So you have to learn communication if you really want to get impact. So, but then communication may be communication for us now is what we do to impact people. We teach communication. But some persons teach cooking, but you have to communicate that cooking.
So I cannot just come and do like this now.
So your voice is cooking. Your voice is painting. Your voice is music. Your voice is anything that you can express to impact the world, to change the world. So it's relative to you. Don't try to copy anybody and don't be confused. Yourself, authentic. That's authenticity.
So let's wrap it up. It has really been an amazing time.
So, nigga.
So what advice do you have for persons on how to communicate with confidence and also impact? Like I think we'll answer this question, but this is something different.
Alright, so communicate with confidence and also impact. So we already said it earlier that you have to be a confident person to be confident speaker. That's the easiest and fastest way to express confidence in every area, right? But to communicate confidently and impact people, you must learn. Yes, it's a learning process. You need to put yourself out there and speak. Yes, I tell people you learn to write by writing, you learn to speak by speaking. And you will not always be what you want to be, you will not always be the big thing at the very beginning. You would have to grow into that thing, you have to grow into a lot of things. I mean, it's the best way to become, growing into the best way to become. because that way you know what it took to get there, and you can replicate that result to yourself and others. That's the best thing for me about the process. So I don't complain about the stress, I don't complain about the issues. Of course, I complain with you today. I tell you I'm tired. But I love it because I can always empathize with people who are on the journey, like on areas that I have moved from. And I can also help people who are starting out their journey to get better. So put yourself in the process. Let the process do to you whatever it has to for you to become a confident speaker. And do not forget that sometimes you have to fake it to make it. So that's the part of doing it from the outside to the inside. So you don't have to feel confident to look confident. You don't have to feel confident to sound confident. You will learn. And you grow into it. You grow into it. So sometimes you feel confident in your heart, but you teach yourself to feel confident from inside. Self-esteem part that we discussed, self-confidence part that we discussed, self-image part that we discussed. But at other days, even as a very confident person, there are days when you feel less of yourself. If somebody says something to you, you just feel bad. No, it's just the humans, feelings are there. Remind yourself, like stand in front of the mirror and tell yourself, guy, I got this. Is it not me? God has given me all that I need. I am a confident person, I'm a confident speaker. And go ahead to look like that confident speaker. Go ahead to prepare them with your outfit. One thing about looking good that I tell people is, I like to look good for me. So when I started like working on my fashion 2 years ago, I didn't always say, please the man that you're looking. Please the man that you're eyeing. It's been 2 years, daddy, and it's still, so let's talk. So it's because you look good for yourself. I mean, I'm saying this specifically to the ladies because you will most likely just want to look anyhow you want to look. You don't really want to pay so much attention to your looks because except you're trying to get somebody, except you're trying to go on a date, except you're trying to go out with your friends, look good every time. It helps you become confident. When you look in the mirror and you see a beautiful, you see a put together person, you convince your mind that you're put together, even if your mind was not really prior to it. That's another way. So fake it till you make it. Work it from the inside out and from the outside in.
And sometimes one person sees when you're like, oh gosh, that girl. So I don't know, like I think dressing really means the shoe you wear gives you confidence. So sometimes it might be in, sometimes it might be sleeve on, sometimes it might be like a cover shoe like that, it's very high. So it's what makes you, there's sometimes that your outfit makes you confident.
Exactly, I think I experienced it from
and it makes you comfortable.
If I feel like I'm looking terrible and I have to do something, I would definitely not want to do it. But if I feel like, okay, my outfit is good and my outfit is presentable, then I think the confidence will be there.
Exactly. Like you know the days when you walk past on your street and they're like saying, yes,
it's not like you like it, but you're like,
yes, that's
I feel like,
the moment you don't answer them, change it to because they're fine. I'm like, bro, no, dear, I'm fine. You have to tell me. I checked the mirror today. I know I am fine, and I checked the mirror to confirm it today. So whatever you say,
sometimes confidence does go like your outward to your inward.
Yes.
Thank you very much. This was a beautiful section, and thank you for honoring LASU Talk. Looking forward to have you in the future again.
Well, I look forward to coming back. I mean, this is a beautiful thing you're doing, starting out at this very difficult time, I must say. So I will salute your coordination, I will salute your determination, I will salute your passion for this, and I really just hope that everything works out great, that everything works out well for your team, and that you grow bigger and bigger. Next time I'm coming, please. We'll be adding snaps and tape. So exactly. Like touching more up with Mama Love.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much.
We love you so much. We love you guys.
Okay.
Oh my goodness.
We love you so much, Titi. Okay. Do not forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, like and comment.
You can follow us on TikTok and Instagram. Please do not forget to like and comment.
Stay tuned for the next episode. LASU Talk,
Your voice.
LASU Talk,
Your voice.
LASU Talk,
Your voice.
So let's go back to the story. What happened was, at the 5th month of this training, which was the last month, I picked up myself again, I got out of courage, and I had to just take my tactics serious, stop running away from presenting my speeches in class. And now, I am now a certified public speaker with ADC Speak Academy from Court 6. And from this training, I was able to learn that you can't run away from stage fright. You can only manage it. And also, everyone has an authentic voice. only if you're able to identify it. So are you willing to identify your authentic? Are you willing to identify your authentic voice? Ask yourself this question.